Yo, what's going on, people? This is Deathbringer, bringing you another Modern Warfare 2 commentary for today. I'm using the Scar H, and it's not my favorite. It's not my favoriteest gun in the world, but I put it to fantastic use here, and I do gather another 1,000 points. And this is starting to get me to think about how good could I possibly get at this game now, because I am doing really fantastic on this game lately, and like I'm so glad to be bringing you games with 1,000 points. I mean, that's just something epic. You can't even lie, right? When you don't, it's not on COD 4. You can get 1,000 really easy compared to these games, and I've tried to figure it out. Why can I get 1,000 on COD 4 a bit easier than I can on this game? And it's a culmination of a few things. When you think about it, when you really think about why it's so hard to get 1,000 points on this game, there's a few things, and I'm gonna just touch up on that today before I talk about the main topic of this commentary. The main points are that basically Modern Warfare 2, you can die easier. There's none of this one-man team stuff, like, unless you get really lucky. There's none of like rushing people and then taking them all out by yourself on this game, unless you're really lucky. On COD 4 you could do that, because just the way the game was made, it was very hard to die if you were good enough at the game, and you could kill like 3 or 4 people within like a minute of playing. You could take them all out in like 30 seconds if you were really good at the game. On this game, the maps are bigger. They're not as close compact. Most of them aren't anyway. There's a lot of places you can get shot running across the map, so this is why it makes it so hard to take out the whole team on this game and get those points more easily. Also as well, most of the time on this game you can't get the bomb. A lot of other people take it. It's not as easy to get the bomb. I found it fair easy on Call of Duty 4 to get the bomb, just simply because I always got the spawn positions, and most of the time most of the players don't even go for the bomb, and when they do, fair enough, they usually died as well, because I kind of knew that I was carrying most teams on that game. On this game, we're a bit more skilled for this kind of game type. I'd say overall on this game the players are harder than on COD 4 overall at the moment. Like on COD 4, to me they're not that hard, but that might just be because I'm pretty good at the game, as many of you know, and it might be the same for all you guys. You might think that they're not that hard. I don't know, but to me it seems to me it seems that they're a lot harder on this game to predict and kill, and that's really it. Really, that's the main reason it's hard to get 1,000 points on this game in Search and Destroy. Just all them things, mainly the maps, just the way they're built up. You can't just rush like you could on COD 4. You've got to be careful on this game. You've got to camp, sort of. And yeah, I have learnt that, and now I'm producing these good scores, and I'm happy with myself that I can get scores like this with guns like this that I don't even like. I don't even like the score, to be honest with you. It's kind of growing on me though a bit now. It's a very powerful weapon. The main reason I did not like it was because the clip is so small, and if I miss them bullets, pretty much done for if someone runs up to me with a UMP-45 or something like that. And it's not the fastest firing weapon in the world on this game, so that's a bit of a disadvantage, but I'm doing alright. I'm using the grenade launcher for some easy kills. I mean, on this game people use grenade launchers all the time, so why not use one yourself if you think you can use them and get some nice kills? You can't complain. No one COD 4 noob tubing was just a cheap tactic compared to this game. This game, it's just part of it, because just the way the maps are built and all that sort of thing, the way the game's played, it's just part of it. Everyone accepts it. You can. I know a lot of people complain when they get killed off them, but you can't. It's part of this game. COD 4 it was different. You got noob tubed. You could complain, but sometimes, in my opinion, noob tubing takes a lot of skill. It's an art within itself, and there's some people that could do it endlessly without missing a shot, and I quite appreciate them people. Probably the most famous COD 4 player who could do it was the #1 player in the world, Gondor, Giandor, whatever you want to call him. I like to call him Gondor. He was like the greatest noob tuber on the PS3, if you don't know, on COD 4, and he was #1 in the world doing so on the leaderboards at one point in the Call of Duty lifetime, the COD 4 lifetime. So noob tubing is an art within itself, and that's really it. I'm going to finish talking about that topic now and move on to the main topic of this video. I've got about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to talk about another one now. The main topic of this video is what got me into Call of Duty. Well, COD 4 was the beginning for me. It was 2007, it was Christmas time, and it was like, what's the new game to get? Because everyone always got a game at Christmas or their birthday. If you're into gaming so much, like a lot of us are, you always asked for at least one game for Christmas or something like that. And I had a choice. It were this, or I think it were something like Resistance 2. Was that even out? I don't even know. It was something that didn't compare to this. And I took a gamble with this game, and I decided to get it just based on and I didn't like the Call of Duty 3, 2 or 1 because they were in like World War 2 setting, World War 1, and I honestly hated them games because I remember they used to be on Xbox and the normal PS2. I think they were, but I remember specifically they were on Xbox and I didn't like them at all. I'd seen a few games of it, and I honestly I really wasn't into Call of Duty at the time. And I took a gamble with this game. I saw it was called Modern Warfare, and I thought, this is it. This must be, this is going to be a big game. You could just tell the hype around it at the time. It was like the next big thing, and I got it. And that's where I continued on from there. Really, I became like one of the best search and destroy players in the world on the PS3, and it was just one of them. It was this game, COD 4. I'll never forget the game. It's what got me into major online gaming on the PS3. Everyone has the game. It all started for me on the PS3, 2007, COD 4. That's what got me into multiplayer online gaming a lot more, and now I play it every single day of my life. Different multiplayer games, mainly Call of Duty, because they never get old. Like they do get old in a sense, but what I'm saying is online people always do something new. Like there's always new people to verse, and it never gets boring. In a sense, it never gets boring. You can always find something fun to do on an online gameplay, and that's what kept me on these games for so long now. I mean, they can always change the maps and guns around and update the graphics, but the main reason I play these games is for the thrill of just being the best. And I always work for the leaderboards, but recently they've been hacked, obviously, and I'm not sure about Black Ops. They sorted the hackers. There's no hackers on that game that I know of. I've never seen a hacker in a public lobby. But I think that's because the way the leaderboard's structured. There are boosters still. You can. I couldn't think of a way you could get rid of boosters, to be honest with you, because they're just sad, right? You spend all your free time boosting score. What is the point? What are you living for? Seriously, just get real, man. You gotta play this game like the greats do, the main people do. I respect people with, I don't even care how high you are in the world. If you're a good player, I respect you. And if you're not a good player, I respect if you're trying to learn to be a good player. Or if you don't, if you're just playing for fun, fair enough. But you can't complain, really. It's just the way it goes. But I strive for these leaderboards, and I hope Modern Warfare 3 is going to be a proper leaderboard with score, kills, wins, deaths. You know, like the original one, the COD 4, the Modern Warfare 2 one. And hopefully there will be no hackers. I'm not sure about if it's gonna happen though. So, you know, what can I say? This is how I got into Call of Duty 4. I love the thrill of just being the greatest and everyone looks up to me sort of thing. I love people giving me great comments and saying I'm like good at it. It just gives me some sort of enjoyment out of it, and that's what I get out of it. And of course I love single player games, the campaigns, mods of different games, and that's really it for this commentary. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed what I've talked about. Give me feedback, maybe express your feelings on games. What got you into gaming? Cheers, see you later.